Now batting for the Mariners, the catcher, number 5, Bo Frazier.
So now it's up to Frazier with 2 outs to bring in Eichhorn from third. And Frazier gets on with the walk. And takes off for second. Wow, nobody was watching except for us. So now with Frazier at second and Eichhorn still anchored at third, Nick Agnello up to the plate. Well, Aptos still remains hitless, but they do have a run on the board today against St. Francis. With that wild pitch, Eichhorn scores. But Agnello flies out to center to end the inning. So the Mariners get a run.
The first, 1 run on 1 hit, and they had 1 left on base. At the end of 1, the Sharks 2, the Mariners 1.
Mariners starter Kyle Anderson was hit pretty hard in his last outing. He lasted 1 inning against Scotts Valley, and gave up 2 here in the first frame to St. Francis, but seems to be dialed in a little bit better now. So the question today is obviously, how will Aptos recover from that 8-4 loss, being no-hit by Santa Cruz at the Oakland Coliseum in the Dave Stewart Invitational?
The Mariners 1.
Bottom of the third, still 2-1 St. Francis. Kevin Eichhorn at the plate. And Eichhorn walks to begin the bottom of the third. And Bo Frazier up. The Mariners have not been getting any hits, much less key hits of late. They are due. So the base on balls, 2 on, 2 out.
Now batting for Aptos, the second baseman, number 3, Nick Agnello.
And a base hit by Agnello. That'll score Eichhorn. Moves Frazier over to third, and the Mariners have tied it up. Nick Agnello comes through with the first hit for Aptos in many an inning. Having runners at the corners for Aptos. 3-2 count. Agnello will be going from first. The pitch to Anderson, swung on and laced in the left field, base hit. So after a long drought of being hitless for Aptos, back-to-back knocks for Agnello and Anderson produce a 3-2 lead now for the Mariners over St. Francis.
They had 3 left on base. At the end of 3, score the Mariners 3, the Sharks 2.
And now staked to a 3-2 lead. Kyle Anderson seems to be finding his groove. Eichhorn on first here in the bottom of the fourth with a base hit to left. Brings up Bobby Crocker. Eichhorn now at second after a botched pickoff play. And Kevin gets tossed out, heading to third. Bobby Crocker takes third on a little mishandle by the catcher. So now we've got runners at the corners. And it's a fair ball down the right field line. Bo Frazier just picking up chalk. And Andrews being waved in. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's not in time. And on with the line double down the right field line. Standing at second is Bo Frazier.
Like that though? I like the third base coach.
Solid single up the middle for Bobby Crocker, and he gets by the center fielder. He could be running for a while. Bobby round second on his way to third, and he'll get there with a slide. And this should score no problem for Bobby Crocker. Sacrifice fly. Andrew Biancardi comes through, and it's now 6-2. Luke McCreesh takes over for Kyle Anderson here in the seventh. But Luke McCreesh cannot finish things for Aptos.
Number 12, Dylan Evans.
So Evans is on here now with 2 outs, trying to preserve the 6-2 lead for the Mariners. And Dylan Evans comes on and walks the first batter he sees. So now the bases are loaded.
First baseman, number 33, Zach Scourge.
And Zach Scourge now represents the tying run. 2 count on Scourge with the bases loaded, 2 gone in the 7th. It's a fly ball to Bobby Crocker. Should be a can of corn. It is. And the ball game ends.
There were no runs, no hits, and 3 left on base. Final score, the Mariners 6, the Sharks 2.
Coach Randy Kramer, a win is a win, but I know you expected more today.
Yes, Jerry. It's at the point of the season now to where we need to start preparing to get to the playoffs and start concentrating on winning league and peaking at the right time. And right now I'm still a little bit concerned of our intensity, our energy level, and just our adjustments at the plate. We're battling, we're finding ways to win ball games, but I still would like to see us be just a little bit more competitive, play with a little bit more energy, and just have that little bit of that fighting edge.
Coach, do you think that perhaps a little complacency set in because of the lofty ranking of number 1 in the state and all the expectations being so high? I mean, Santa Cruz gave you a reality check.
Absolutely, Jerry, absolutely. I think that, some of the guys, perhaps they did get caught out. Perhaps we were a little complacent. We just addressed it right now after the game. I think we've played, somewhat lethargically. We haven't played with a lot of intensity, and I think that tomorrow we'll come back and practice and we'll attack and we'll go back to doing the things that made us successful up until 2 weeks ago.
I noticed that they raised hands when you talked to them after the game. Was that a matter of acknowledging certain mistakes or what?
Well, there's a check and balances that we talk about after every game, and I asked them what they thought our problems were as a club, and I gave them an opportunity to speak, express what they see and what they feel and what they think, and then us as coaches and me as a head coach, I said exactly what our problems are and exactly how they're going to get fixed, and things are going to change or I'm going to change them. So things are going to change starting tomorrow.
All right, we're looking forward to it, and long season, lots ahead still.
Yep.
All right.
Great, thank you, Jerry.
You're welcome.
Okay.